Hey everyone, this is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row. Thanks so much for listening to the following broadcast, courtesy of Public House Media.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
I'm just so grateful that you're tuning in. Seriously, thank you. Thank you for being a listener. Thank you for believing in this podcast. I am just so excited and I'm so proud. I love all of the feedback. I love it when you leave me a review and let me know how each episode is speaking to you, and thank you for taking the time to upload it to your Instagram stories or share it with a friend. Seriously, it means a lot. That feedback is everything, and it just continues to ignite a fire in my belly to want to continue to show up with Rewritten and deliver to you, because you are just craving. You're craving more, and you don't want to live in your past. You want to rewrite your story. You see potential, and you want to believe that you can do anything, and it's true. You can. Public House Media, you're incredible. Thank you for putting this podcast together to sound the way that it does. And I am so grateful to partner with you. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. And I am just so excited to continue to watch Rewritten impact people and speak to people. And you are a big reason why that's even possible. Oh, so good. I hope you all are just doing well. I really do. I really hope that life is good. And if it's not, I just want to remind you that it's temporary. I think that I had seen somewhere that someone said, what happens if you're so used to being burned and so used to setback, and it's just, you're tired and it's constantly happening. You don't see a way out. And I think, my answer to that is it's the story you're telling yourself, and it's how you're choosing to live, that you are not a victim. You are a survivor. You're a thriver. And the only way to truly thrive is to realize that when that stuff happens, you have this ability to put up boundaries. You have this ability to believe something different. And that's hard when we're faced with obstacles that make us believe we're not enough. And I invite you to really think about that. If life is always hard and always painful, I just want to think about maybe it's the lens you're viewing it as. And I think that, first of all, pain is inevitable. It's going to happen to us all. It does happen to us all. We can't avoid it. But I just think it's so much a part of our story. It allows us to connect with people in ways that we would not be able to. And it gives us empathy and love. And you're allowed to create boundaries. You're allowed to say no more. You're allowed to not believe those lies. So if you needed to hear that today, I hope so, because that just came to me and I just wanted to share that. I was talking with some women, and, I run a business that's helping women get healthier and happier. And, my number one goal really is to help women get fit in every area of life. I just think that we're a constant work in progress. I think that growth never ends. I don't think that we ever should arrive and be done. And I like to ask, what is the number one excuse that gets in your way? What is that one thing? What's that story you keep telling yourself? What's that excuse? What's that thing you always fall back to that just stops you? And she said this, she said, and I kind of coined this phrase. I don't know if I coined it, but she said, what's the point is her excuse. And I want to call it, what's the point mindset. I've been there, friend. I've been there. And I just have to tell you this. Taking no action whatsoever is 100% guaranteeing zero change. What's the point? I get that fear of, what if I put all my time and energy into this and it falls apart? What happens if I show up to this and I don't lose the weight? What happens if I invest in this relationship and I get burned yet again? I think when we focus so much on the outcome, we forget that that's not where we're made. We're made in this process. We're made in the steps. We're made in the action. We're made in just this journey. But you taking 0 steps towards that is 100% guaranteeing that nothing will change. Nothing will happen. You won't grow. You won't transform. You won't lose that weight. There's this quote, I need to lose weight. I know how to lose weight, but I don't want to do the things that I need to do to lose the weight, but I still want to lose weight. You get me? That's kind of this mindset. I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. I think at the end of the day, everything's a Google search away. If you want to build a thriving business, it's all based on simplicity. We overcomplicate it so much, but it's out there. The information is out there and how to do it. But so much of our inaction is based on an outcome that hasn't even happened. It's not even your reality. Because in all actuality, it's the same on the journey. Whether you hit or miss the goal, you experience all the same emotions of excitement, frustration, doubt. You go on this roller coaster and it doesn't even really matter if you hit it or not. It's 50% of experiencing the same feelings. But taking 0 steps, you don't get to experience any of those feelings. And so what's the point is already limiting and burdening and allowing yourself to believe that this journey won't be worth it. And I've been there, and I think we do such a great job of talking ourselves out of things because we're painting in a future that's not even real. And I've talked about this before. If we can talk about and dream up and script out a future that hasn't even happened, and all of the worry and doubt and fear and all the bad things, we can do the opposite of creating a future of growth and beauty and wonder and all these wonderful things instead of, what's the point? What happens if I never can get this business to work? What if you were like, man, I'm going to find out and I'm going to take the action, and I know no matter what, I'm going to grow. I remember many times people saying, well, what happens if your business isn't successful? What happens if it all crumbles? Don't you want other plans? And I just think about, first and foremost, the business that I'm in has changed my life. The business, and it didn't start out that way. Let's be real. I just needed to lose weight and I needed to follow through. I had no idea the impact that this journey would have on my mindset, on my heart, the way I think, the way I feel, the way I connect, the way I communicate. It's seriously allowed me to see limitations I've had in my life, pain I've had in my life. It's helped me really learn how to address that stuff and work through that stuff. And I'm so grateful. So my answer to that has always been, well, if that were to happen, I could do it again. But it's never really about that. It's not about optimizing the success and always being the best and always crushing it, but more about, man, I had the guts to go for it. I was brave enough to see it out. I was working on myself constantly in that process. And I truly believe that the skills that I've learned and the journey I've been on has taught me so much more than just how to build this business. It's taught me how to live life. And I can take that and apply that anywhere. And I wouldn't be able to say that if I didn't go for it. So the whole mentality of what's the point is not going to serve you, because you're 100% guaranteeing zero transformation, zero change, zero growth. And I feel like with that mentality, that's the mentality that keeps a negative bank account or a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle or a stressed out mentality or staying with a job you hate, being in a relationship that's not helpful or safe or loving or fruitful. That kind of mentality allows you to stay stuck and be in the negative. And I just think if you were just to go for it, so many beautiful, wonderful things would happen because of that. And yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to challenge you, but I think that's the point. I think that life is made in those moments, and it's going to connect you to such a deeper purpose. And friend, you're worth it. There's enough room for you. Please don't believe in the lies of limited thinking. Please don't believe these lies of conventional thinking. There's more than enough room for you. If someone's gone quicker than you or has arrived quicker than you, that doesn't mean that you can't either. It's just part of your journey. We all struggle in our own way, but you just have to have the guts to go for it. And when you do, it's going to look a lot like this, inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. It's not going to be this huge overnight success, but it's going to be an accumulation of growth. And you're going to look back and see how you were made in those moments. Friend, thanks for tuning in. You make my heart sing, and I'm just so grateful. If you could share this with a friend, please upload it to your social media. Tag me. I want to hear how this spoke to you. It really encourages me, and I love it so much. Thank you for being a listener, and thank you for just being a part of this community. I will talk to you soon.